Hello, kiddos. This activity is called Place the Shapes. And in this activity, you are going to place some shapes. I don't know if you are familiar with Venn diagrams, but Venn diagrams are generally a series of overlapping circles that allow you to place different things into different categories. And in the spots that they overlap, that means that something would qualify for both of the two circles that they are in. So like, for example, this number 2 right here, it is inside this circle, and it's also inside this circle. So we have our quadrilateral circle over here and our large circle over here. So whatever would qualify as both a quadrilateral and a large shape would be number 2. If we went down one more, for 5, for example, that would include our third circle, which is exactly 2 parallel sides. So that 5 is in the intersection of all 3 of our circles. So one of these shapes has to fit all 3, okay? So then on the flip side, like 1, that would qualify as a quadrilateral, but it would not be large, and it would not have exactly 2 parallel sides. So that's how you got to kind of look at this Venn diagram. So there's kind of 2 ways that you can attack it. You can either just go right down the row and figure out which shape is in each region and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can look at the shapes first and figure out which region they qualify for. There are 7 spots and there are 7 shapes. So every shape is going to be the only shape in each section. So one of these shapes is going to be 1 of these other shapes is going to be 2, another shape is going to be 3. So there'll be no overlaps, no gaps. You'll use each one time. So if we start with number 1 and we look at which shape is in region 1. So like I said, region 1 is a quadrilateral, but just as important, it isn't anything else. Okay? So first of all, if it has to be a quadrilateral, what can we get thrown out? What I might do is kind of make marks as I go along to make sure that this is correct. So what isn't a quadrilateral? Well, a quadrilateral has how many sides? 4, right? So which of these shapes don't have 4 sides? A does, rectangle. B doesn't. I'm going to put an X there. C has 4 sides. D has 4 sides. E has 4 sides. F doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So F is out. And G doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G's out. So now what we can also get rid of, again, is the other 2 categories because 1 doesn't overlap with anything. So 1 can't be large, and it can't have exactly 2 parallel sides. So let's get rid of the larges. That's out, and that's out. So that leaves us with exactly 2 parallel sides. So between D and E, which one has 2 parallel sides? Did you figure it out? Right? This side and this side are parallel. The vertical sides are parallel. They go on forever. D has 2 parallel sides, but it has 2 more as well, right? So D's got 4 parallel sides. So that's out. So finally my shape in region 1 has to be E. And then all I'm going to do is just erase these. Now, like I said, I could do it that way, where I take it region by region and narrow it down with my shapes, or I could just look at shape A, right? How would I describe shape A? Is it a quadrilateral? Yes, it has 4 sides. Is it large? Yes. Does it have exactly 2 parallel sides? No. This one's got 4 as well, right? The vertical and the horizontal sides are both parallel. So if A is both a quadrilateral and it's large, but it's not exactly 2 parallel sides, which region would it have to go in? Have to be 2, right? It's the one spot that has that overlap of quadrilateral and large. So that would be A. And that kind of worked out where the next letter and letter A was the same one. So that's how Place the Shapes is going to work. Remember what I said? there's not going to be any that you'll put in here twice. Each shape will be the only shape in its region. So take your time, do a good job.